It's the romantic tale that could help save Trump's tail. Donald Trump's legal entanglements hanging over the Iowa caucuses today. Whoops. As we learn more about the spicy allegations of a love affair in one of the cases against the ex-pres. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, accused of having an improper romantic relationship with a top prosecutor she brought in to work on the election interference case in Georgia. It allegedly resulted in financial gains for both of them in the form of lavish, vacations. The two went on using funds his firm received for working the case. Willis breaking her silence on the allegations in a church, but only to play the race card.
You did not tell me as a woman of color, it would not matter what I did. My motive, my talent, my ability, and my character would be constantly attacked. First thing they say, oh, she gonna play the race card now. But no, God, isn't it them who's playing the race card when they only question one?
So, Judge, okay, this prosecutor, Wade, he has little prosecution experience. He was like a municipal judge, handled mainly traffic violations. He is a divorce lawyer. He was held in contempt last year in his own divorce case. He's making $250 an hour. There's an argument that that's $100 more than an actual expert gets paid. He's been paid $700,000, and yet this is about race. How, what a surprise.
Well, I got to tell you, first of all, I think it's fascinating that Fani Willis, the DA in Atlanta, decides that the first time she's going to respond to allegations of having an affair with this guy is in church, where she doesn't deny it. I think one of her better quotes is, she says she admits she's as flawed as they come. You, quote, you cannot expect a black woman to be perfect and save the world. Okay, so she accuses people of picking on her and her alleged lover when there were 3 prosecutors she brought on, and they only picked on the one who is also black. Mm-hmm. The only difference is the only one she allegedly had the affair with was a black guy, not the 2 other white guys. You know what? I'm tired of race being used as a prophylactic for immorality, for incompetence, or for wrongdoing. But here's the real problem. As a DA, you have the opportunity to bring in a special counsel, a special prosecutor, if there is a conflict of interest of some sort, you want to avoid the appearance of impropriety. Was that the case here? No. So why did she bring him on? Was it that she didn't have enough ADAs? No. Was it because RICO, which is what Donald Trump and many of those co-defendants are charged with, was something she had no experience with? No. So none of these reasons are reasons for her to bring on this guy. So you have to wonder, a civil attorney who ran a traffic court, who never tried a felony case, never did a RICO case, is making $650,000 from the federal government. And the amazing part of it is he goes to the White House 3 times. He goes to the White House 3 times to meet with White House counsel in 2022, in May and November of 2022. And he meets with the Democratic heads of the January 6th committee in the same year. Herein lies the rub, though. They go on cruises together. They're having an affair. She is reaping financial benefits after giving him money for a job that he was not qualified for, that she didn't need help for. It's a scam, and she should be disbarred.
Jessica, she accuses the media or the critics of racism for focusing on this gentleman, and not because of the affair, but because of his skin color. Couldn't you just as easily say that she's racist for not having affairs with the white prosecutors and instead only having an affair with the black one? That strikes me as racist.
Yeah, she should go for Floyd, the RICO expert, who is on her group of special prosecutors. No, I think the race card here, obviously out of line to use that for this, and it undoubtedly looks bad. It doesn't change the fact that Donald Trump was indicted by a grand jury and his co-conspirators as well. He wasn't indicted by Fani Willis and Nathan Wade. So we have to keep our eye on the prize in that sense. The report about him being paid more than Floyd, who is this King RICO expert, apparently their contract that Wade had, it only went on for a year. Currently, they are being paid the same. Fani Willis spoke about that as well when she was, right now. So they're being paid the same amount. But again, when people look at this, they are going to pay attention to the affair more than the nuts and bolts of the campaign. And this is what Donald Trump, or I shouldn't say the campaign, the trial. This is what Donald Trump wants. He has gone after either the DA or the judge in every case that he has pending, except for Eileen Cannon in Florida, who he loves and who he appointed. And undoubtedly, his supporters are going to rally about this. But I would tell everyone, you've got to pay attention to the fact that this was a grand jury that indicted him and his co-conspirators, many of whom have already pled guilty to what they did.
You know, Jesse, once again, the use of the race car as a way to scare people away from investigating corruption. Sounds a bit like Harvard, don't you think?
Yeah, Jack Smith's pretty white, Jessica. I mean,
Yeah,
no one's gone after Jack Smith harder than Donald Trump. Guy's white as a lily pad. Are lily pads even white?
No, I think they're green.
I think they're green. As a lily flower, whatever. The point is that allegedly Fani hired the man she was having sex with to prosecute Trump and then handed him a bunch of money, which they used on steamy vacations to the Caribbean. That's called a sexual kickback. And then this guy has no qualifications. He was like a personal injury attorney. You know, it's like, have you fallen and slipped and hit your head at work? Call 1-800-GET-EVEN. This guy has no credibility. And then he goes to the White House, meets with the White House counsel, and bills the White House. Why is he colluding with Biden's White House and the local prosecution when the Biden White House said this is all being done independently? Fani's going to the White House. She's hanging with Kamala. They're conspiring with Adam Schiff on the prosecution. The whole thing's blowing up in everyone's face. And then this guy, Wade, walks out of his office with a handgun the very next day. What kind of attitude is that? Imagine Ken Starr was flashing a pistol while he was coming out of a courthouse prosecuting Bill Clinton. That'd be the front page story in every newspaper on earth, Jessica. This thing's falling apart, just like the one in New York's falling apart, just like all of them are falling apart.
Yeah, I don't think Stormy Daniels and what happened in Fulton County are comparable.
Yeah, I do, because both
keep
will
going
blow
with
up.
it.
I will. You just know that if you pointed out the gun aspect, you would also be called racist, right? Because he's black holding a gun. Dana, will this allegation hurt? What's her name again? Fani? Fani's chances.
Fani Willis.
Fani.
Fani.
I call her Fani.
I think
Is it Fani
so.
or Fani?
It's
Yeah.
Fani.
It's Fani.
Fani.
Spelled Fanny,
Fani.
but pronounced Fani.
Oh.
Okay, so she, when this all first came out, she had people in Georgia on the Republican side saying, look, she's a pretty credible person. Like, we got to be taking her seriously. And if you're going to come after Donald Trump and 18 other people, you better have a pretty airtight case, and you better keep your nose clean. She didn't. And so now the credibility angle is out the window for her. And then she adds insult to injury by saying it's because of the race card. So I don't think it's going to be good. It's not, this case is not getting as much attention as it would if there weren't the caucuses and the weather. But if this were a Republican DA and caught up in this, it would be on the front page of everything. Just like the big protest on Saturday night against Biden at the White House doesn't get any attention.
Yep.
But if she were on the other foot, it certainly would.
That evacuate the, what do you call it, the non-vital personnel or something like that. Not
Yeah.
news. All right, up next, it's the countdown to the Iowa caucuses. I hear it's cold there. And we have Fox News voter analysis that you will not see anywhere else.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.